The Council of 12 shimmered like molten silver in the vaulted chamber, their crystalline bodies refracting the blue auroras drifting across the ceiling. Each alien sat upon a floating monolith carved from meteorite bone, arranged in a perfect circle around the two humans standing on the polished obsidian floor. Susan stood straight, shoulders squared, chin firm. Evan remained half a step behind her, supportive, steady, his eyes wary as the aliens murmured through vibrating frequencies that made the air quiver. They were the only humans ever brought before the council. Alive, anyway. The largest alien, Archon Vathel, leaned forward, its whole body ringing like a struck wine glass. "You," it said, pointing a prismatic limb at Susan. "You present yourself as a warrior of your species?" The others rippled laughter, bells shattering underwater. "She thinks she's a warrior," one chimed. "She believes her fragile carbon bones are worth consideration," sang another. Susan's face didn't flinch. "I don't think," she said quietly. "I know." The laughter died instantly. Even Evan felt the temperature shift. He knew Susan well, knew that tone. She had carried it through the ruins of the Europa outposts. She had used it when staring down the rogue sentience that invaded Earth's satellites. It was the voice she used only when she had already decided to win. Vathel's crystalline surface darkened. "Very well, human. Then explain. You stand before the oldest ruling body in this quadrant. The Council has conquered 57 species. What makes your kind, small, underdeveloped, statistically insignificant, believe you deserve a seat at our diplomatic table?" Evan braced himself. Susan stepped forward. "Our worth is not measured by size," she said, "or by how many planets we control. Humans survive because we adapt. We overcome. We grow stronger every time something tries to kill us." She paused. "Including you." A ripple of outrage moved around the chamber. "Your world still smolders," Vathel said. "Your colonies retreat like frightened larvae. You have lost battles. You have—" "We learn from losing," Susan cut in. "That's what you don't understand." The council hummed in agitation. No one spoke to them like this. No one dared. Evan watched her, pride rising in his chest. They'd survived the collapse of the Titan front together. He had seen her drag wounded soldiers through ammonia storms, had seen her stare down horrors that drove others mad. If any human could face this council without breaking, it was Susan. Vathel's glow sharpened. "And what did you learn, human?" "That a warrior isn't born," she replied. "A warrior is shaped, forged, tempered, and every attempt to erase us only sharpens the blade." For a moment, silence ruled the chamber. Then Vathel lifted one shimmering arm. A beam of light erupted from the center of the room, forming a sphere filled with shifting scenes. Human cities burning, fleets exploding, Earth struggling to rebuild. "You claim strength," Vathel said. "Yet this is the legacy of your species." Susan inhaled slowly. "And yet," she said, "we're still here." Evan stepped up beside her now, voice steady. "If you wanted us extinct," he said, "you've had a dozen chances. But you keep hesitating." He narrowed his eyes. "Maybe you're afraid." The council became utterly still. Aliens did not fear. Aliens did not hesitate. But the truth, spoken aloud, reverberated through the chamber. Vathel's body dimmed, the silver glow pulsing like a heartbeat. "Explain your accusation." Evan glanced at Susan. She nodded once. "It's simple," Evan continued. "You conquer species that break easily, species that surrender, species that choose survival over dignity." His voice grew stronger. "Humans don't do that. We rise. We strike back. We turn every battlefield into a lesson, every defeat into evolution." Susan stepped forward again. "You've seen humans fall," she said, but you have never seen us finished." Another hum of outrage swept the council, but beneath it was something new. A flicker, a fracture, uncertainty. A younger council member, its crystal body tinted green like glacial ice, leaned forward. Its voice was soft, vibrating like distant thunder. "Your species' resilience intrigues us, but resilience is not enough. What can you offer the council that merits alliance instead of annihilation?" Susan's eyes hardened. "Humanity offers this. We will fight beside you against threats even you cannot handle." A shudder of sound rippled around the circle. "You presume much?" Vathel said slowly. "What threats?" She reached into a slender metallic case at her hip. The guards tensed, but she merely pulled out a small silver disc. Evan activated it. A projection rose, a swirling black mass devouring stars, its gravitational scream almost audible. The council recoiled. The void parasite, the ancient hunger. A cosmic predator that even the council's deepest records whispered about. "We've encountered it at the edge of the Perseus Gulf," Susan said. "It's moving this way." The chamber vibrated in dissonant, terrified notes. "You lie," Vathel said, but its voice wavered. "We wish we were," Evan replied. Susan's gaze locked onto the Archon. "We humans don't kneel because the universe doesn't kneel for us. It hits us, burns us, shatters us, and we still move forward. But we're not offering submission." She lifted her chin. "We're offering partnership. Fight us and you waste time. Join us and we fight the dark together." The hall buzzed with urgent ultrasonic debate. Finally, Vathel rose, body glowing with deep cosmic colors. "Human Susan, human Evan, step forward." They did. The Archon lowered its towering crystalline form until it hovered eye level with Susan. "You speak boldly, too boldly, but boldness is sometimes the only language war understands." The council went silent. We'll consider alliance." Evan let out a breath. Susan didn't move, didn't blink. Vathel's last words rang through the chamber like a comet breaking the silence of space. "And human warrior." Susan met its gaze. Vathel's voice deepened. "You say you do not think you are a warrior. You know, this confidence, this defiance, is dangerous, reckless." It paused. "And worthy." The council bowed, not deeply, but enough to alter the future. Susan bowed back only slightly, just enough to be diplomatic. As they turned to leave, Evan whispered, "You realize you just talked down the most powerful beings in the quadrant?" She smirked. "Someone had to." He laughed softly. "So what now, warrior?" Susan looked out into the endless star field beyond the chamber doors. "Now," she said, "now we prepare, because the council thinks I'm dangerous." She tightened her gloves. "Wait until the void parasite meets humanity." Evan smiled. "HFY?" Susan nodded. "HFY." And together they walked toward the future, two humans, unbroken, unafraid, ready to show the universe exactly why humanity fights.